Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, and welcome to the Tuesday night business orientation. Hi, I'm your host, Bo Coffey with Wildfire International. We want to talk to you tonight about the 7 steps to 100K income. This is going out live all over the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. So we hope that you've got a notepad and take some notes. We got some great material to cover tonight. So again, welcome to the webinar. We're going to talk about the 7 steps to 100K income. Now, how do we come up with this? I interviewed about 14 self-made millionaires just several months ago, and they all agreed that there's 7 things that if you want to build a business that's going to create 100K income, these are the 7 steps that you must go through. So tonight, I'm going to give you a quick overview of those, and then we're going to go into a little detail on each one of them. So the first step they said that we must do to have a successful business and to earn 100K income is, number 1, we have to have the right vision, the right dream, and the right goals to make any business work. The second thing they said that we must have is we must connect ourselves into the right industry. The third step they talked about was you've got to pick and partner with the right company. And we'll go into more in detail in this in just a few moments. The fourth thing that we must do is we must have the right products in place. The fifth step is the right compensation plan. The sixth step is we must have the right system in place. And the seventh and final step is finding the right people. So let's start off with number 1, that is the right vision. Now here's a quote I always like to start off with because it's so impactful that it really hits home. And it says, quote, "The only thing worse than being blind is having sight with no vision." Now, I don't know about you, but a few months ago when I read that, it just really hit me hard because there was a time in my life that I wasn't blind, I just didn't have a vision. And that all changed a few years ago. And I want to share some of those experiences with you tonight as we go through the 7 steps to 100K income. So the question I was asked a few years ago when I was looking at a business was, "Hey, Bo, what do you want to be in? What do you want to be in life? What do you want to do, or what do you want to have in life?" You know, a few years ago, I couldn't answer that because I didn't know what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, or what I wanted to have in life. I just didn't have a vision of that. I was just, trying to make ends meet, try to pay the bills, work in corporate America, just like everybody else is doing. Now, I couldn't even think about it. I had no time to even think about what I really wanted to be or have in life. I just kind of got caught up in the everyday working. So here's one of the things that really got my attention, and it really helped me develop this, the right vision that we're talking about that you have to have in order to have a successful business and to earn 100K a year. Number 1 is you got to have a burning desire to make more money and to increase your lifestyle. Now, let me give you a little scenario of what was happening to me a few years ago. You see, I had this lifestyle that I had for several years. The problem is when my income went down, my lifestyle and expenses stayed the same. So that created a little problem. And that's happening all across America for the last 2, 3, 4 years. So what we have to do is we have to find some way to increase our income to get our lifestyle where we want it. Now, when your income is less than your lifestyle, again, that was a problem for me. And guess what? It is for a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis. So if you've got the desire, the vision to not only increase your income, but to get your lifestyle back where you want it to, then you've got the right vision. Well, here's another part of the vision that I had to have. What was financial independence? See, your first goal, my first goal, was once I understood what financial independence was, to achieve it. And here's a quick definition of financial independence. It's when you have either residual income or royalty income, or you have income that's coming in every month that's going to exceed your bills or your lifestyle. When you have that, you've achieved financial independence. In other words, you don't have to work anymore. You don't have the stress that everybody else has. See, everybody has too much month at the end of their money. See, their money runs out about the 25th of the month, and we still got another week. I've been through that. I know what you're feeling. I know what's going on out there. But I sat in your shoes about 7 years ago. I took a look at this business like we're showing to you, and this thing forever has changed my life. It's allowed me to move to South Florida, out on an island off the coast of Florida for the last 3 years. It's allowed me to drive nice cars and have a lifestyle that several years ago I couldn't even imagine this, but it happened. It happened to me, and it'll happen to you. As we go through these 7 steps, please write these down. This will change your life. So what if you started earning $100,000 a month or a year? If it's a year, that's $8,300 a month times 12 is $100K. So if you're making $100K a year or $8,000 a month, how would your lifestyle change? What would you do with that? So let's start a little goal setting, a little dream session here. That's very important. That's our first step. Would you buy a new home? Here's a picture I just pulled off of the internet. It's a $200,000 house, and when you do that little payment calculation, it works out to about $954 a month. Well, if you're making $8,300, you could certainly afford a $200,000 house. Maybe you're in an apartment, or you're in a rental house or a condo that you're renting, and you want a new home. Hey, let's build this business together, and we'll get you the new home. What if you want to step up to, let's say, a $300,000 home? Well, when you do that little payment calculation, that's only $1,432. Now, remember, we want to help you build a $100K income. That's $8,300 a month, so you could afford a $300,000 home. This is what one would look like. I just pulled it off the internet. Let's go up to a $400,000 home. That little payment calculates out at about $1,909. And don't let this scare you, because remember, your cash flow and your residual income is about $8,300. So you could afford a home like this, even at $400,000. Does that just like blow your mind? I mean, this thing is amazing. What if you want to step up and buy a $500,000 home? This is what one looks like. I just pulled it off the internet. That little payment calculation is only, $2,387. So only $2,387. Now, let's look at this for just a minute. If you're cash flowing $8,300 and you buy a $500,000 home at $2,300 a month, you've still got roughly $6,000 cash flow left. You can afford this. You can afford this home if you build what we built. Let's look at recreational. Anybody like to travel? Have you ever thought about just getting in an RV and just driving across America, you know, looking at the sights, going out to the Grand Canyon, up to the Niagara Falls, all across Canada, out on the West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington? Wouldn't that be nice just to cruise around and start enjoying life? People do this every day in our business, and it's just a decision away, and you can have this lifestyle. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Well, here's a picture of an airplane that I like. This is a Diamond aircraft. It's a twin-engine diesel. This thing runs off of diesel. It'll also run off of, you know, vegetable oil. I mean, it's an amazing airplane. This is a picture of it from the pilot seat on the left, and this is a picture of the plane in flight. It's a beautiful airplane. It's very affordable on what I'm talking to you about. What's your dream car? I don't know about you, but you know, if you start making money and you know, you got the cash flow coming in, I tell you what, just do yourself a favor. Go to a Cadillac dealership and drive the new STS. I mean, this thing is amazing. It's got more horsepower than you need. It's the quietest thing. It's just an amazing car. Cadillac did this one right. This is amazing. STS is just a great car. And I highly encourage you, go out and start dreaming again. Start thinking about what would you do if you was making that income. Because if you don't have a dream, everything else I'm going to talk to you now is going to be null and void. It's going to be useless. Because if you don't have a dream, you're not going to build this. So think about that. How about dream vacation? Anybody like to go to Hawaii? Maybe you've been before. I've been here. I've been on this hotel right here on the left. This is on the island of Oahu. That's the world-famous Diamond Head Beach. And I've swum right out there in that ocean. And I'll tell you what, that was perhaps one of the top vacations I've been on. Now, at the time, that was the top vacation I had ever been on, but since then, I've been on a lot of them. So now it's just another vacation that I was on, but it's a great vacation if you've never been to Hawaii. How about going on a cruise? Do you like to go on cruises? Have you been on one? I've been on this cruise ship. This is a picture on the right of Cabo San Lucas. And I'll tell you, I've been there twice. I've been on this cruise ship twice, 2 different times. And it's just an amazing thing to have, to be on a cruise and to be entertained, and food that's available. Just about almost 24 hours a day. Just the camaraderie of the people that I was in business with that went with me. It's just an amazing trip. These are events that I will talk about for years and years and years to come. See, in this business, you're able to create some new experience in life that you're going to want to talk about for the rest of your life. Now, here's a dream vacation I went on a few years ago. This is down in Honduras, which is in Central America. And this is out on the island of Roatan, which is about, I think it's probably 20, 25 miles east of Honduras. And it's a very elongated island. I think it's like maybe 40 miles long and only maybe 3 to 7 miles wide. So it's a very elongated island, and it has some of the best snorkeling and diving that I've been to. I mean, it's beautiful. I've been snorkeling. I've been in Hawaii and everywhere. I'm telling you, Roatan has got some beautiful fish, beautiful coral, beautiful. It's amazing what's under the ocean there. And divers and snorkelers really from all over the world go there because it's such a great place to have a vacation. How about Australia? Now, this is one place I haven't been to, but I want to go. This is a famous opera center there in Sydney, Australia. I want to go there. It's on my bucket list. It's one of places that I want to go to. I still have a dream of some of the places I want to go to, and this is one of them. So maybe you would like to go to Australia. The second thing that really motivated me, they started talking about getting out of debt. And then I needed more money because I was like this guy here drowning in debt. And, when I saw this business, I saw the potential of it to make money, to make $100,000 working at home. I thought, man, this is for me. This is exactly what I've been looking for. And this is part of having the right vision, is having that burning desire to get out of debt. And I think everybody on this call would love to get out of debt. But I was talking to a couple the other day, and they said they got married in their early 20s, and they're in their early 50s now. So they've been married for over 30 years, and they said they have never, ever, since before they got engaged, they've never been out of debt. And now they're on the pathway for the first time ever to be out of debt. And that is what we're talking about tonight. How about some of you like to improve your health? Maybe you don't have a health issue like I did a few years ago. Maybe you just had an energy problem. Maybe you're a little bit overweight. You put on that extra 10 or 15 pounds that you didn't have several years ago. Maybe you catch a lot of colds that everybody else does. Well, we got some great products that we're going to talk about tonight. That number one for me is I had really some incredible sinus problems. And I had, been to doctors for, since I was a young person. And so I started taking these products, and I tell you, I got my health back. No more sinus problems. I haven't been even sick in the last 5 years. I've got more energy than I had when I was 20 years ago. And I tell you, my immune system has grown, and I've just really changed my health. And that's a benefit that what we're talking about tonight is you can get your health back, or you can improve your health, the quality of your health. Number 4, I don't know about you, but man, I used to get up in the dark. I used to drive an hour to an hour and a half in traffic every day to work, watching the sun come up, work all day, 8, 9 hours a day, get in the car, drive home, watch the sun go down, day after day after day. And if you're 25 years old now, you're going to have to do that for 40 years. I hope you love what you're doing. But you know what? I love working from home. And that was a burning desire for me is if I could make the same money or more money working from home than fighting that traffic, having that boss work me to death, working days I didn't want to work, hours I didn't want to work, not taking vacations when I wanted to. If you're fed up with that, then you're at the right place at the right time. Then you want to work from home. And I had a burning desire to work from home. The 5th thing that motivated me was I like working with people that I actually like. Now, I think all of us can think back and think about somebody in the past that we worked with that we just really did not want to work with that person. I mean, we've all been there and done that. Well, this is a business that you get to pick the people that you like. And I now work with people that I like. And this is all about having the right vision. The 6th thing that really motivated me, and I think it motivates a lot of people, is we really want to make a difference in this world. We want to make this world a better place when we leave it than when we got here. And will it be a cure for cancer or some other illness that you're kind of motivated toward? Or maybe, we have children right here in America that's going to go to bed tonight hungry. They did not eat a meal tonight. And I think that's wrong. We got homeless veterans that have protected us for years. That life kind of turned them a little bit. And they're out there, they're out there homeless. And that's a problem. That upsets me. I don't like that. If you're an animal lover like I am, there's a lot of cruelty to animals and animals that's not being cared for that I really, I want to do more about that. So whatever it is, you want to make a difference in this world, man, you can build this business. As long as you got the cash coming in, you can do whatever you want to with it. If you want to make a difference in this world, you can. How about time freedom and money? To me, this is probably the number one motivation for me looking at this business 7 years ago and deciding to make a decision to build it was time freedom and money. You see, I've never really had time freedom. See, I have worked since I was 14 years old, either part-time on the weekend or after school. After high school, I didn't get to go to college. I joined the military, and then I went to college. But I was always working. I've never not worked. And here in the last few years, I've been able to really have some time freedom and the money that goes along with it. So I have a question for you. If you've never been to the beach in January and written freedom in the sand on the beach, in some place on the beach that's over 70 degrees in January, then you need to do that. I'm just telling you, you need to do it. If you're a stay-at-home mom and your family needs more cash flow, this is a perfect business for you. You can build this business for 1 hour a day. We're going to talk about that. We talk a little bit more about that in our training on Sunday night. But, man, this is a perfect business for stay-at-home moms. But what freedom would you want? You want to get in your airplane and fly anywhere you want to, whenever you want to? You want to take your family and walk on the beaches of the world? You want to go sailing in your sailboat? What is freedom to you? That's very, very important. And time freedom with money is one of the biggest goals that I had when I started building this business. So the right vision. You got to ask yourself, how would I feel if I could achieve all of my goals, all of my dreams, and all of the visions that I have in life? How would that make you feel? I'm going to tell you something. As good as you think it can make you feel, it's 10 times better than that when it happens to you. Your second step to 100K income is picking the right industry. Now, Paul Zane Pilsner, a noted economist, author of 8 best-selling books, he wrote about the industry that I'm in. He said, you know what? 10 million new millionaires are about to be created in the health and wellness industry. That's the industry that we're in. That's what we're talking about, the right industry. Can you imagine getting into the real estate industry right now? Getting in the automobile business right now? Getting in the financial services, insurance business? You know, all these industries had to have a government bailout just a few years ago. They're in trouble. But you know what? There's one industry out there I know did not need a bailout. That is the health and wellness industry. And this is what we're talking about. The third step to 100K income is picking the right company. And I'm going to talk about some of the criteria that I had. There's 5 things that I had to satisfy in order to pick a company. Well, I found that company. It's called LifeForce International. This company is not a startup company. It's been around since 1982. It's got this incredible, over 25-year impressive track record. They're financially independent. They just bought a brand new $18 million facility, and they're still a debt-free company. That's the right company we're talking about. Your fourth step to 100K income is pick has to produce the right products. Now, there's a lot of companies out there have 1 or 2 or 3, or some of them might have 4 products. This company's got 20 proven first-class products that are second to none. And what happened is when I started using these products, it took care of my little health issues. It took care of me not sleeping well. It took care of me having enough energy all day long. It took care of me with my sinus infection. I haven't had a sinus infection in over 5 years. Now, what's neat about this, when you have 20 products, is you can custom blend these, and we teach you how to do that, is you can custom blend these to take care of any health challenge that I believe you have. See, here's our philosophy about these products. If you give your body what it needs, your body will take care of its own health challenges. I believe that with everything that's in me. The right products. And folks, we got them. The fifth step to 100K income is the right compensation. You know, you can have everything, you can have 99% of everything in place, but if you don't have the right compensation, you're not going to make it in business long term. And I'm telling you, I'm going to show you the most dynamic compensation plan that literally blew me away several years ago, and I got excited about it, and I'm more excited about it today than I was 7 years ago. Let me kind of hit some highlights with you. See, this is the business that changed my opinion about people who wanted a home-based business and the power of leverage. I didn't even understand the power of leverage several years ago, but now I do, and I want to share that with you. There's basically 3 types of income out there in America. Number 1 is linear income, and number 2, residual, or what we call royalty income, and then there's number 3, leveraged income. Now, I knew a little bit about 1 and 2. I was totally unaware of what leveraged income. And I want to share with you some of the highlights of what I got excited about 7 years ago. All right, let's look and analyze number 1, linear income. Linear income. 95% of all Americans in the workforce earn 100% of their income. In other words, all their income is earned solely by them. They're either trading hours for dollars, or they're trading, their hours for a salary or whatever, or they might be on a commission sale, but it's like a one-time sale, then they got to start all over again. So it's whatever it is, you are earning 100% of all of your income. That's linear income. Now, there's a lot of different linear incomes out there. I mean, you can be in 1,000 different companies, but as long as you're earning 100% of your income, you got linear income. Now, let's talk about residual income, or what is sometimes called royalty income. See, if you wrote a bestseller book, and that thing continues to sell for the next 20 or 30 years, every month you can get a royalty or a residual income off of doing something one time. You do something one time, you get paid on it year after year, just forever. Sometimes it feels like forever. Well, that's only 4% of the workforce. Now, that creates monthly income from creating customers who have a repeat monthly order. In other words, they're buying your product or service every month, continual. I've created some customers 7 years ago. They're still buying every month. And that residual income is how I'm able to live on a beach in South Florida, off the coast of Florida, out on an island. I mean, if it wasn't for this type of income, I don't know where I would be. But this is an enormous compensation plan. Now, let's take it one step farther. Number 3 is really it's leveraged residual income. We just call it leveraged income for short. It's a combination of residual income and leverage. So let me explain this. First of all, only 1% of the American workforce has this. But here's another side note. Of the top 400 income earners in America, they all have leveraged income, every one of them. This creates monthly income from repeat buyers who now go out and create other buyers. They create leverage. It could be like, Microsoft. They create some software. They sell it to Walmart. Then Walmart Corporation goes out and sells it to all their thousands of stores worldwide. That creates leverage not only for Walmart, but for the product user or the product supplier, which is Microsoft, and any other products the same way. All right, so let's look at these. LifeForce members, that's us, we capitalize on all 3 of these incomes. And here's what we do first. We do a little linear income. That's where we go out and we build a network of customers. We're going to show you over the next 12 months how to bring in about 100 people, 100 customers, product users in your business. The second thing we're going to do, those people are going to buy on a month-to-month basis. They're going to reorder the products. That's going to create an enormous residual income for you, as it did for me and a lot of people that I brought in this business. The third thing is leverage. Some of these customers, they're really entrepreneurs. They're going to upgrade and they're going to become members in LifeForce, which are distributors. And these members go out and they expand and they build their own network. And this creates tremendous leverage and residual income for you. Let's look at the first thing I did. The first promotion I got in this business is I became a bronze business leader. And on Sunday night, we really show you the end of how. I'm just going to kind of give you the overtone of this. Our average bronze in our organization is going to earn about $925 a month part-time residual income. That's about $11,000 a year with only 25 people. 25 people, $1,000 a month. That's incredible. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to get promoted to silver business leader. That's about an average about $1,850 a month residual income $22,000 a year part-time with only 50 people. As you're building this and you continue to build toward your 100 people, here's what happens. When you get up to 75 people, you're going to be a gold business leader. That's about $27.75 average income, $33,000 a year. Again, this is part-time income. Matter of fact, all the incomes I'm going to show you tonight are all part-time. There's really no such thing in our business as a full-time person. There's nobody working 40 hours a week. It's almost impossible. The next promotion you're going to get is really, this is our foundational position in the company. It's called Platinum Business Leader. It's about $3,700 a month residual income, about $44,000 a year part-time with only 100 people. Remember we told you we're going to show you how to bring in 100 people over the next 12 months, and that's the income we're going to produce for you. Now, some people have done this in 9 months. Some people have done this in 6 months. And some of us have done this in 90 days. Now, we'll show you how to do that if that's what interests you. But we're going to show you basically a 12-month plan. The fifth promotion is a diamond business model. It's about $15,700 a month. Average residual income, about $188,000 a year. That's just under 200 grand. Again, part-time. These diamonds don't work full-time. And Diamond has 2 platinums on their team. So that's what I'm talking about. It's not that hard to build. The sixth promotion that our company has is what we call 3-star diamond business model. Now, this is about $42,000 a month, about $500,000 a year. And again, part-time. There's no full-time position in this company. And that's with 3 diamonds. And that is an incredible income that can create some incredible cash flow for you. The seventh and final promotion in our company is the Crown Diamond business model. And that's about 100 grand a month. And it's about a little over $1 million a year. And that's when you produce about 6 diamonds. And remember, each diamond has 2 platinums. It's really about 12 platinums strategically placed to produce 6 diamonds. So that's kind of an overview of our compensation plan. So here's what I want to talk to you about. I want you to look at your job, and I want you to look at your potential business that I'm talking about here tonight. Because how you get paid today is how you will retire by age 65. Now I want you to look at a couple of charts here. Now, as I was showing you about the different types of compensation, remember 1% has leveraged income, 4% has residual income, 95% has linear income. Now, over here on the right, if you're watching this on your computer, if you're driving around, listen to it on the audio, you're not going to be able to watch this, but I just want to share this with you. This is a statistic from the Department of Labor. They say that 1% is going to retire rich, 4% will retire financially independent, and basically 95% of all Americans are in trouble. That breaks out to 5% will still be working past age 65. 54% of the population will be dead broke at 65, and 36% will actually be dead before they reach age 65. So if you look at these numbers, I got a question for you. Could it be the 1% who has leveraged income be the 1% that's going to retire rich? Could it be the 4% who have residual income be the same 4% who's going to retire financially independent? 5% who only have linear income, are they the same 95% that's going to be in trouble when they reach age 65? You see, I believe it is, and I think deep down inside your heart, you believe it too. And I'm going to share with you something. It's never too late to start. Take action today. When I saw this business 7 years ago, I immediately got involved. I made a decision. I've never looked back. The sixth step in 100K income, you have got to have the right system in place in order for you to win in business and for you to bring people into your business and so that they can win. So let's talk about that system for just a moment. You know, I've been teaching on the system and explained this for many, many years, and I tell you, I just keep going back to McDonald's, because McDonald's has got one of the most impressive systems in the restaurant industry because they're so successful. They have over 35,000 restaurants, and here's something they do. They duplicate their success, because, see, a Big Mac, fries, and a drink tastes the same in Dallas as it does in Denver, as it does in Detroit, and it does in Denmark. It tastes the same. Why? Because they have a system that duplicates success, and they duplicate that through all 30-something thousand restaurants that they have. Now, see, I don't believe that McDonald's has the best food in the world. I'm not even going to question that with you. That's a whole other debate. But I believe that they got the best system in place. It's a system that anybody wants to go and open up a McDonald's franchise, they duplicate that system, they're going to have success. And in our business, Wildfire International team, that's our team. Our system produces results. You see, they wrote an article about us a few years ago, and even though that's my picture you're seeing on this slide right here, it's really about our team. It's about our team nationwide of what we're doing. And so the author of this magazine said they have set records that may never be broken again in our industry. Why? Because we copy McDonald's. We have a system that's so successful that anybody that plugs into our system, you're going to be successful. And that's what a success system is. It's a system that duplicates success, regardless of who comes in. You can be a stay-at-home mom, you can be a business executive, you can be a banker, you can be an insurance agent. It doesn't matter. Whoever comes into this business and plugs into our training, plugs into our system, you will become successful. Our system, what we did, again, we interviewed several self-made millionaires. They're people making $100,000 a month or more. And they said, you know, Bo, you guys have got to take this, your business that was offline, and you've got to take it globally online. You just got to become an online business. And that's what we've done. You see, this week, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas. And this presentation that I'm doing, it's going out to 50 states. It's going out to all over Canada. It's going out all over Australia, New Zealand, and even as far east as Singapore. Now, before, even a year ago, we were doing everything manually, very high-intensive labor. We were doing in-home meetings. We were doing hotel meetings. We were doing big meetings. That was so, but you know what? I couldn't do this worldwide that I can now. Anybody coming into this business can build a worldwide organization because of the system that we have in place. You see, every Tuesday night, we have this business orientation where new people can take a look at this business in the privacy of their own home. And many people are calling back and saying, hey, I watched your presentation in my pajamas. That's the beauty of this. Every Tuesday night, from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock Eastern time zone, so adjust your schedule. We're doing this global webinar, and it's just an introduction to what we do. And this is taking something that we did offline and moving it online. And it's really helped everybody explode their business and their growth. Now, we also have this incredible online training program, Sunday Night Live. We have a Platinum Training Academy. It's also from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock Eastern time zone. We do this incredible training. We teach leaders on how we do what we do. In other words, we're teaching them our system. And everybody's plugged into that. I'm going to tell you, you're going to become successful. There's no way around it. We're teaching you everything. It's just like the McDonald's franchise. I mean, they're going to teach you everything. They're going to teach you how to do the burgers, the shakes, the fries, everything on the menu. They're going to teach you. Well, guess what? Everything on our menu of building this business, we're going to teach you the successful way of doing it. The seventh step to 100K income is where do we find the right people? Who are they out there? Who are all those happy people clapping? Because you know what? They've taken that plunge. They've got themselves in business for themselves, and they're on the road to making 100K income. And some of them wants to make 100K in income a year, and there's some of you out there, you're super ambitious people. You want to make 100 grand a month, and this business will provide that for you. Well, here's something that really got me a few years ago when I read this. It says that everyone knows someone who could come into your business and earn 100K a month. Now, I want you to think about that. What would the residual income be if you brought someone into your business and they start earning 100K a month? What would that mean to you? I'm going to tell you, it's thousands of dollars every month. Here's the challenge. You don't know who they are. I'm going to prove that to you in just a moment. You do not know who they are. Watch this. I want you to meet some of our friends in this industry, in our business, who have been earning over 100K a month for many, many years. Now, I want you to take a little test here with me and see if you would have known these people and brought them into your business. Here's the first one. Michael, Jude, and Crystal Way. They're a couple that now they're earning over 100K a month. They came in our business. You see how pretty they look, dynamic speakers. They do seminars all over the world. You look at them now and you go, wow, man, I'd love to have them in my organization. Really? You know, Michael was in another network marketing company struggling just a few years ago, wasn't making it. Not until he came to work and partnered with LifeForce International. Then he became our #1 income earner because of the compensation plan, because of the system that we have in place. Here's another guy, Michael Klaus. You know, you see him, he's a dynamic trainer, great speaker, polished, looks good, got the suit on. But would you have sponsored this guy? You see, he was a salesman not too long ago. Wife got pregnant with her last child. She wanted to stay at home. He needed to make an extra $500 a month to offset that loss of income. He started building this business. And now Michael, who used to be a salesperson, know anybody in sales out there? Who did you buy your last appliance from? You know, think about that. Think of the salespeople that you know. You see, Michael is just a salesperson. But now Michael now earns over 100K a month. He's one of the top trainers in our industry. Here's another one. This is Jeff Olson. You see him, got the suit on, got the power tie on, man, looks good, got a great haircut, great smile. You know, this guy's got $1 million smile. You know why? Because Jeff Olson has authored a book, you know, and he's been in the business a while. He's earning 100K a year. But I tell you what, I don't know if you would have brought him into your business. You see, not too long ago, he was a college dropout, moved to Daytona Beach, and just was basically a beach bum. He got excited, got into this business. I'm telling you, man, he's a great leader. But you know what? I don't know if I could have picked him out several years ago. But I want you to think about the people you know. You know someone who could earn $100,000 a month, but you just don't know who they are. Well, let's continue. Here's Richard Brooke. You see Richard got the great suit on, dynamic speaker. He wrote a book called Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. It's the art of vision and self-motivation. He wrote this book. You say, man, I'd love to have this guy in my business. Man, I wish I would have found him. Would you? Well, let's look at what Richard used to do for a living. You see, Richard worked in assembly, plucking chickens off the assembly line at a chicken processing plant. Now think about this. Just not too many years ago, this is what Richard was doing. But now you see he's written a book, dynamic speaker, $100,000 a month income earner, but he was a chicken plucker. He worked in an assembly line. Would you have picked him to earn 100 grand a month? I don't think so. Let's look at Randy Gage. You see Randy Gage? Man, he's polished. He's a great speaker. He's one of the top trainers in the world in our industry. He's a car nut. Here you see him sitting on all these exotic type cars. You say, man, I'd love to have Randy on my team. I'd love to have him in my organization. Would you? You see, somebody went to the pizza place and shared this business with Randy because, see, he used to deliver, make, he ran a couple of, I think a couple of times he was running a pizza restaurant himself. You see, somebody went out there and saw some potential in these people that brought them into the business, and now they're earning $100K a month. The residual income from that would be incredible. Well, let's look at one of my favorite mentors. His name is Mark Yarnell. Mark Yarnell, you see him now, he's just got the, you know, the beautiful smile on his face. Man, he just, when you see that smile, you know that's a smile of self-confidence and success. And, you know, you look at him and say, man, that guy's making $100,000 a month. Mark Yarnell made $100,000 a month from sign up to 12 months. His 12th month in the business, he was earning $100,000 a month. He said, man, I'd love to have him in my business. I wished I'd have known him. Would you? You see, just outside of Austin, Texas, he was a minister in a small church, and someone shared the business with him. And he has become a $100,000 a month income earner and has done this for over 25 years. Here's another lady. It's one of my favorite people. This is Danny Johnson. Danny Johnson has had her own TV show. She's got her own radio show. She's written books. She's just a dynamic speaker and making over $100,000 a month since she was 23 years old. She's in her 40s now. You say, man, I'd love to have Danny on my team. I'd have loved to have known her back then. I'd have signed her up, right? I don't know if you would have. You see, Danny, and I just had lunch with her not too long ago, had a great conversation with Danny. Danny was homeless, cocktail waitress, living out of her car at the age of 20 when she found this industry. She had just got divorced. Her husband ran out with all the money, left her home, basically homeless. And the only job she could get was at a bar as a cocktail waitress. And that's where she started. And within the next 3 years, she got into her industry and created her first $1 million, and she has been extremely successful in the last 20 years. So who do you know that could earn $100,000 a month, but you don't know who they are? You know someone that could do that. We all do. So one of the final questions I have for you is, how much money are you losing by not having a home-based business? I want to share some IRS information with you. See, there's certain tax savings that you're going to get when you join our business, when you join our team, that people who do not join our team, they just do not have this tax advantage. Now, based on the business expense you provide, here's what we do. This is kind of an average of Americans. You're going to get back, or you're going to adjust your W-2, and you're going to be able to gain another $484 a month in additional income the moment you sign up in our business, because you have a lot more deductions than people that don't have a home-based business. It's an average about $484. That's about $5,800 a year, and we'll be happy to send you your 6-page report so you can look at this. So my question to you is, how much are you losing by not having a home-based business? See, that motivated me to join tonight. I was ready to go, man. When I saw this, I said, man, that's me right there. I want to save money on my taxes. I want to be able to shelter more money. And guess what? It's all perfectly legal. Matter of fact, the IRS wants you to do this. So why did I join LifeForce? LifeForce is poised for growth. See, they're about a $50 million a year company. They're going to go to a $1 billion company in just the next several years. And I want to be a part of that growth. You want to be a part of that growth. You see, you and we are at the right place at the right time. If you join our team and you partner with LifeForce. You're at the right place at the right time. Remember I told you there was 5 things that I must have in a company before I would partner with them? Here are the 5 things that I had to look at real close, and I had to make sure these were in place. The first thing I looked at when I was picking a company is that company must have expanded into global markets. And they have. LifeForce International, again, is in the United States, all 50 states and territories. They're all over Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore. 5 countries that you can expand your business network to. The second thing I needed to know, is this a bottle rocket company that's going to, 2 or 3 years old that might have a little success and then just kind of fizzle out? No. You see, financial stability, this is a company that's debt-free even after buying an $18 million company, new facility just a few years ago. The third thing I had to look at is longevity. I wanted a company that's been around the block a few times, that's went up and down the economic trends, that survived. And this company's longevity has been around over 25 years in business. And number 4, it had to have multiple products, not 1, 2, 3, or 4 products. I wanted over 10 products minimum. This company's got 20 proven products that I'm so proud of. And number 5, they got to pay out over 50% of what they bring in. 50% compensation payout. Well, guess what? LifeForce pays out just almost 60%. The industry average is only 38%. This company almost pays out twice that much. So it's an opportunity for you to partner with what I believe is the best company out there in the health and wellness industry. And if you want to win in business, you're in the right industry and you're with the right company. So here's why I joined LifeForce. Number 1, tax savings. You can pick up an extra $484 on an average this month. Number 2, 0 startup cost. There's no kit to buy. There's no $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 you got to shell out tonight. 0. No kit to buy. There's nothing to buy. There's no startup. Number 3, less than $200 monthly investment, and that's only in your personal products, whatever you want those to be. Less than $200 a month. Number 4, you're going to make profit your first month in our system. And number 5, this is what was a tipping point for me. They had a compensation plan that not only had linear income and residual income, but they had leveraged income. And this is how I created this incredible residual income that I now live on an island in South Florida. That's what it's all about. That's what motivated me to join LifeForce. So I'm asking you, are you ready tonight? Make your decision. Get back with our member who invited you to this webinar. And I want you to visit a couple of websites. Write these down, please. www.wildfiremembers.com. This is where we want all people that's looking at our business, go check out that website. And we're going to send you a tax analysis to you if you'll just fill out the information there. The second website we want you to go look at is if you join our company. This is our resource website, and this is wildfiremembers.net. It's kind of the sister website to the .com one. Now, the .com one, again, is for new people looking at our business. Please go there if you're new. If you've been around a while, go to wildfiremembers.net. There's a ton of resource, a ton of training material and videos and everything to train you, and we'll refer to this every Sunday night when we're doing our training. So that's our presentation for tonight. I want to thank everybody for being on the webinar tonight. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. please go to our wildfiremembers.com. We'll send you some information on the training for next Sunday night. We're going to teach you the system. We're going to teach you how to make money, how to be successful. So I want to thank you for being on the webinar tonight. I've been your host, Bo Coffey. I'm a one-star diamond with LifeForce International, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday night live on our next training webinar. So good night, everybody. Have a great week.